Does he want a wife? Does he want someone to come serve him and, be at his beck and call and do all the wifely things?
Yeah.
Or does he want to be a husband, provide, protect, sacrifice, give you his last, stay out them streets, protect you mentally, be faithful? Does he want to do all that in 6 months? Or ask him. I would ask him those things. So you saying so what you gonna give me in 6 months? So you saying I'm gonna be on all your bank accounts, for 6 months? I'm gonna have half all your property in 6 months? You a goddamn lie.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of It's Giving. I am your host, Sarah Fontenot, and if you have not yet, please hit that button below so you can get subscribed. Hit that little bell so you get a notification with each new piece of content. Now, y'all know every week we are bringing you the real, the raw, the ugly, baby, and the transparent, and today we are joined by an amazing boss babe, serial entrepreneur. She helps you make money, and you don't always even have to pay it back, okay? Let's talk about these grants. She be helping you with your business. She's a mother. She's a powerhouse, and she is a survivor of a crazy divorce situation. Can we please give it up for Miss Joi Hunt?
Thank you for the intro.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm phenomenal. Blessed, happy, grateful, here, alive.
Yes.
All things good.
Yes.
I have to ask you, so if this season of your life were called It's Giving blank and you had to fill in the blank, what would it be called? And you have to say it's giving.
It's giving amazing.
Oh, break that down.
It's giving amazing because I feel like for a very long time, I am finally doing me.
Yes.
I am happy. I am content. I am thriving.
Yes.
I'm knocking out goals.
Yes.
I'm loving life.
Come
So
on.
it is amazing.
Who were you doing before?
I was doing what everyone else wanted me to do. I was taking care of everyone else, putting everyone's needs on the to-do list, and mine were no longer there.
I get it. I feel like that is the trope of many Black women. Women of color,
Correct.
really.
Correct.
It is the let me be the wife, let me be the mother, and it's always putting yourself on the back burner. So you're going through a divorce.
Yes.
It's kind of long.
Yes.
You're almost done.
Yes.
Are you allowed to date?
Well, yeah, I'm grown, right?
Okay. I don't know. True, definitely. What has dating been like after that situation? And can you kind of, for those that don't know you, because your story is so colorful, it is so intricate, and there are so many ins and outs, and you have just carried yourself with grace and poise, which I love that about you. Like you have never slandered anyone. You've just been sharing your experience. And I think that is an art, because when someone has done you wrong so many times, it's really easy to turn them into the villain. But I love that you're just in an empowered way telling your story. So can you kind of give the people that are listening some backstory on your relationship, and then how is dating now since being through that?
Okay, so a quick backstory would be married for 10, 11 years, met my husband when he had nothing. We built a great enterprise together, and I was in a toxic marriage that turned abusive. And I knew I needed to leave, but I kept saying I want to keep this 2-parent home. And then when the 2-parent home is just toxic, like, girl, you just need to go.
Right.
So found out that he was having affairs with employees. And so that was what I needed to go pack my bags. And I just moved down the street and just tried to do a co-parent thing. That worked for about 30 days.
30 days?
I moved out for 30 days.
Oh, okay.
And then at our dealership, he shot at me in front of our son. And that made me pack up my bags
With a gun?
With a gun,
Shot at you?
Shot at me.
Bullets flying?
Bullets flying, and hit someone that was in the bathroom. Correct. I keep it cute on Instagram. I just kind of just skim over everything. But yes. So I was like, okay, Joy, you just need to leave. You just need to get away from him, because clearly things are getting worse. When you're in, I think, an abusive relationship, you don't really understand how bad it is.
Ooh, say that.
You just, it's not that bad.
Yes.
You got some roles. It's not that. And it's
Yes.
like, girl, you is. So when he shot at me and then my son was there, it wasn't so much like he's shooting at me. It's like, if the bullet hit my son, like, so I'm still looking at everyone else except for my needs. But that was like the wake up call, like, girl, you have to go.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So then I moved to Florida.
Okay.
He didn't know because he thought I was just working from home.
Oh.
And then about a couple weeks later, he took all the money out of our accounts and then locked me out of our businesses. And then February of 2022, my mom paid my rent and I had to start all the way over from scratch.
And look at you now. Biggest blessing ever.
Biggest. Sometimes your darkest season is your darkest season is preparing you for your biggest breakthrough.
How did you get through that? And what did you tell your son?
Well, my son saw everything.
That's what I'm saying. How did you guys even get over that? Like, was he traumatized from that? Does he have a good relationship with his dad?
I'm going to say for the most part, my son is good. So my words to my son was, Daddy made a mistake.
That's so. See, we got to pause and we got to rewind, because one of the things that I cannot stand is when women use their children as pawns to get back at the love they're no longer getting from their child's father. And I think that there is a superpower that comes when you're still able. They saw what this person did, which was you could have dragged this man, and you chose to say it's okay, everything's going to be okay. He wasn't doing well. How did you find the strength to do that? Because there's some women that realistically it's just that their man doesn't want to sleep with them anymore or doesn't want to give them love anymore, and they're dragging their children's father's name. How did you become such a strong woman that you've never dragged this man?
Well, I don't think it's strength. If I drag my son's father's name, I'm hurting my son. And my son is my number one priority. So I don't want to, he already saw what he saw. So I was like, Daddy made, and he was mad. I was like, no, Daddy made a mistake. Sometimes people just do things that, because I want him to be as normal as possible.
Right.
I don't want him hating his dad, because what benefit is that going to do?
Right. But okay, so because you know the women I'm talking about, not personally, obviously, but the blanketed statement of women that use their children as pawns to get back at their ex-partner. What would you say to them that are not thinking about how they're hurting their child?
I would say that number one, you're being selfish. Number two, you're giving that man way too much power.
Ooh.
Number three, baby, you are her. He lost you. He lost the wife. He lost the good thing by losing you. You were the blessing. So when you are the blessing and someone mismanages you, they fumbled you.
Ooh.
So what are you mad about?
Ooh.
Why are you trying to throw shade? They're the one that has to live without you. But if you don't see yourself in that light, that's why you have all this venom.
Right.
I don't have any venom because you lost me.
It's so much easier to walk away when it's just like, thank you.
It is what it is.
Received.
Correct.
Got it.
Got it.
Check.
Got it.
I'm so with you, 10,000%. Because sheesh. But I agree. And when you say they're giving their power away, like, why does he have that much power over you? Why do you think we're so desperate? Do you think women are desperate to be in relationships these days? So much so that they'll hold on to a toxic man?
Desperate may be one. Sometimes when you have a family unit, you do not want to break that family unit up. And so I think what the woman does is, speaking from experience, I don't have to be happy. The kids are happy. My in-laws are happy. Everyone's happy. I'm trying to keep my family unit together. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think he's doing what he's doing. If I had known he was doing what he was doing, I wouldn't be trying to hold on to that unit. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And you keep telling yourself that same lie over and over again in the midst of you aren't fulfilling yourself. You aren't fighting for your dreams. You're existing. On top of your drain because you're working, you're taking care of the husband, the kids. You're just a shell. So you really can't, you aren't thriving in life, so you're not even really able to analyze and think your whole situation. So that's why I have this community where I teach women how to thrive in life after being stuck, wherever your stuck moment is. Because if you aren't full, if you aren't pouring into yourself, you're actually hindering everyone around you because you can't pour from an empty cup.
Oh, so has going from that experience for 10, 11 years to now being single in these streets in 2025. How has that been for you?
It's different.
Okay.
It's a little different.
Okay. Like how?
It's different in, I'm used to like men. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to a restaurant and a man thinks you're cute, he'll just pay the bill, not even telling you. Like
Right.
back in my prime,
Right.
we go to dinner and it's time to get the bill. Like, oh, this guy already paid for it. And he's already gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah.
in this little day and age, it's just a little different.
It's definitely different. It's definitely. What do you think the biggest difference is? Do you think men have leadership in 2025?
No.
Break that
No.
down.
So for some reason, this era is all about how much you make,
Yes.
what car you drive,
True.
what you look like, and there is no more gentlemen. There's no more opening doors, pulling out chairs, chivalry. You know, like how I was raised, like how a man's going to run and open the door for you. You know, a man's going to pay for a bill. The dinner bill. I'm not talking about I'm just talking about just the simple things. And so now there's this persona that the man is the prize and he's a high value man. And I'm not saying that there's not a man I'm not saying that a man isn't, how do I say this without having the comments go crazy? I'm not saying that the man is nothing, right? But what I'm saying is in a masculine, feminine energy, the feminine energy is the prize.
Yes.
And the masculine is the protector, provider. But in this day and age, there's a lot of men that have feminine energy traits.
Yes.
And it's just a little different.
Ooh, child. So what do you think makes a man high value?
Loyalty, respect, self-confidence, integrity. I think high value has nothing to do with income.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Zero.
Zero.
So he can make $0 and still be high value?
He can make $0 and still be high value because you don't know where he is in his journey.
Now I got to challenge that.
Okay.
I think I'm here for the traits, but I think money is a part of it as well.
Money is a part of it, but what if he went through a season to where maybe he lost his business, something happened. So right now he doesn't have the money.
That's different. But zero?
Right now he has zero.
Nah, that's different.
I'm not saying that he's not going to make it in the next season.
Right. Okay. Well, that's different too, right? Because there's a difference between potential in theory and potential in action.
No, if he's sitting at the couch playing video games, no, that's
zero.
not high value.
I can't do
but
zero.
But if you had a business and maybe something when
rough season,
correct, and you're getting through that as you're working 6-7 days a week on the plan, that's something different.
Yes, I agree, because I feel like I always say that I don't even feel like a man should date until he has 3 things, and it's until he knows God and his purpose.
Okay.
He knows who he is, and he feels good in his own bank account. Because broke is not a dollar amount; it's a mindset.
Correct.
Right? There are some people that make $60,000 a year who love what they have going on.
Correct.
And there are some people that make $6 million a year that hate what they have going on, and
Correct.
vice versa with the
Correct.
flipped roles. Right? So if you don't feel good, you're always going to be looking or moving from a place of lack, or you're comparing yourself to other men.
Correct.
You're never really able to be yourself because you haven't gotten rid of all the things that are blocking you and clouding you.
Correct.
So I'm with you. Loyalty, respect, self-confidence, self-discipline, integrity, barometer, knowing God, knowing self, having an idea of what you're and where and who you're going to be inside of your life. And I also do feel like income allows you to have options in where you live, in the car that you drive. Not to say that you have to have it, because I know people that have Rolls Royces and are constantly seeking validation. You know, I know people that have that might drive a Prius and they're making $10 million a year. And everything in between, right? So I don't think there's one right way to do anything, but I do think that if you are at zero high value, you can be a high value man in a low season. I do believe that. But I don't know. I guess when I just think of zero, it's like there's nothing. You're not going anywhere. I guess I don't see the like what's the next step? Like, is he even talking next step? It's giving potential in theory.
Okay.
When I think of zero.
Okay.
Not
and I'm
potential
coming
in
from the
action.
business side of,
Right.
you know, hey, something may have happened and this
I've been
right now,
through
we
it.
just, you know.
Yes. And I've lost. I've built and lost and built and lost. And success is like a heartbeat, like
Correct.
an upward
Correct.
trajectory.
Correct.
Right? We know that. But yeah. Okay. So with all of that's been happening, do you feel like women need men?
I feel like women need that trigger word.
Right.
I do believe in a male female. I do believe that a woman needs a man for what a man does.
Yeah.
For all the masculine things a man should be doing.
Agreed.
Okay. Does a woman need a man to survive, to live? No. But to make her life soft. That's where the man comes in. He's the masculine, doing the masculine stuff, and she's the feminine. So she needs that dynamic to make the masculine feminine dynamic.
Do you feel like women are very much in their masculine and unable to get into their feminine?
I think it depends on the man.
Oh, she preaching today.
It depends on the man.
You preaching.
It depends on the man.
Okay, break that down.
The man sets the tone.
Yes.
So the man sets the tone for the relationship, for the home. So whatever energy you're giving, that's what she's giving. So if you're coming in with masculine, you're opening doors, you're taking the groceries in, you fixing stuff around the house, you doing all that, you're putting her in her soft.
Yes.
You're putting her in her feminine.
Yes.
So now she's like, okay, yes, what do you need?
Yes.
Oh my
So
God,
true. Yes.
If I'm carrying my groceries, if these bills are not getting paid, if I ask you to do something that's not being done, if you're now making me come out of my soft into my masculine,
Yep.
now we're bumping heads.
Right.
So I would say for any man who's complaining about their woman being too mouthy, maybe you need to rev up your masculine energy in that relationship. Because the masculine brings out the feminine. But if there's no masculine, the woman's forced to then turn off the feminine and go into her masculine for survival.
Yes, I agree. So do you feel like men are, what am I trying to say? Like, does a masculine man ever really tell you that they're masculine? Or does like an alpha man ever tell you that they're an alpha?
If a man says if he's leading with I'm masculine, he's
Yeah.
probably not masculine. Because if you're masculine, you're just...
It's an essence. It's seen. It's very much felt. It's very much known. Or an alpha. Like if you hear a man say, "No, I'm an alpha,"
he's not an alpha.
Why?
Because if you're it, you don't have to say it.
I agree.
I don't have to walk in. I'm pretty. I'm pretty. If a person goes, I'm rich, they're not rich.
Period.
Like if you have to say it, you're not it.
So what about men that like talk about money all the time? Like, I'll just, in those ways. But for men that only ever really talk about the value that they bring in a monetary way. What do you think about them?
They're leading with their money. That means they have nothing else to fall back on.
Ooh,
there is no
child.
character. There is no substance. There is no integrity. He's not going to sacrifice for you. He's not going to protect for you. He's not a provider. See, I think in this generation, these little young girls, they think providing is paying bills.
Yes.
Providing is so much more.
I agree.
Than that.
I always say, I think it's arrogant of any man to think that money is enough.
Correct.
Because I'm talking mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, and energetically.
Correct.
And you don't have to be 100%, but like, you know.
Correct.
You gotta be.
You gotta have something else besides just the money.
Yes, because money is so easy also. It is literally the most simple thing. I think money and sex and relationships are the two easiest things. You know what's hard? The mentality, the emotion, the energy, and the spirituality.
Correct.
Those four things, getting in alignment with those four things, sure, even if you were to be married and your sex is trash at first, you can learn.
Correct.
Unless he just has a problem. And that is different, right?
Correct.
But if there's no problem, you can learn. Money, you can learn. They're so easy. And I feel like we're inverted because now people think that all that matters is sex and money.
Correct.
And they don't care about the mentality, the emotions, the spirituality,
Correct.
or the energy of a person. Not knowing that who you choose is one of the most powerful decisions we'll ever make in our life.
Yes.
So being a married woman and now going through a divorce, do you still desire marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the bomb wife.
Come on.
I am the bomb wife.
Break that down.
I am a great neck. Okay?
me
So
too.
the man is the head, the woman's the neck. Like I'm a great, like whatever needs to be covered, I got you on that. I'm a great partner. I'm fun. But my gift is I bring the best. Like whoever you are, whatever is the highest level you can be at, I can get in you and just bring that out without you feeling like
You're nagging.
I know I'm bringing it out. I have a creative way of making you do things where you think you're actually doing them, and you think you're him.
Yes.
Like, yeah,
and I'm celebrating you.
uh-huh.
That's called contravance.
Oh, really?
Yes, I learned that because I'm the same way. I think I am a masterful seed planter. I learned that from my mother.
Yes.
And then when the seed grows, I celebrate them like they did it.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's so
right.
good. But it is a form of manipulation, which us as women have to do.
Okay.
But people think manipulation is bad. It's not. It's intentional. It's strategic. It's calculated because you want a certain result. If I know that I want to have a happy marriage, but I also don't want to feel like I have no voice, I don't want to feel like I'm not loved, seen, acknowledged, then I have to learn an intentional, strategic, calculated way to allow that man to be a man, but also let him know how I feel.
Correct.
Or sometimes course correction is necessary. I was having a conversation the other day with my sister and my cousin, and we were talking about men and how a lot of men want women that don't make any money because they don't want to be challenged. And I feel like I see a lot of myself inside of you in the sense where I challenge everyone around me to be their best. And not in a way that's like in your face, you suck, but in a way of contraband. Hey, did you know that XYZ and this and that? I think it'd be really great if, it's more so that side of things. But they were saying, my cousin was saying how men don't want to be challenged. And Kenny, I'm going to come to you a little bit too. But what do you think? Do you think that men in 2025, successful men, want to be with a woman that's also successful? Or do you feel like they're scared of the evolution that comes with?
I think there's both. I think there's a mix of both.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more of the men wanting a woman that may not have as much because it is a sense of control. It's a sense of control. They know that either she can't go anywhere or she can't go anywhere and live the same level of life because he's providing that for her. A lot of times they're going to get someone that maybe not an equal to them, like intellectually, because like whatever he does, they're like, oh my gosh, you're just so wonderful, versus a woman who's more on his level, maybe like, hey, you're kind of slacking in this area, or what about? So it's kind of like that check and balances, So everyone doesn't want that Jay-Z Beyonce vibe where, baby, if I go my own way, I'm still good. I may be a little, I'm like we are neck and neck.
Yeah.
It takes a really strong man
to
to be able to handle that from a woman, because he then has to share some of her shine, because she's shining not just like a glassy object. She's pretty. No, she's pretty. She's paid. She's this. She can hold her own. Like that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot that a man has to deal with.
Do you think men are good at handling women's shine?
A secure man. An insecure man, no.
Ooh.
And they will, if you marry an insecure man, he will chip and chip and chip and chip and chip and chip away and change you. Stop wearing all that makeup. Well, honey, when you met me, I had the entire Mac store on.
Right.
Why you got them high heels on? When they want to change you.
Yeah.
And then when you finally get the rose-colored glasses off you, you're like, baby, who is this?
Right.
This isn't even me.
Right.
So an insecure man is going to tear that down. A secure man, though, is going to be able to put you on that pedestal.
Yes.
And he likes his, he cherishes you and he wants you up there.
Yeah.
Because that represents him.
Yes. I've had experiences where I feel like men will say, like, I want you to shine. I want you to be great. But then when you do, they secretly hate it. And that has been a challenge inside of it, like for me, especially in my past, where it's like men pose themselves to be a certain way. And then it's like, no, well, this is actually who I am. Like, this isn't a facade. This isn't a, like, whatever. Like, and then when you add favor on top of it, because I don't just know God, God knows me, right? So when you add favor on top of that, and I think that people secretly, like hate
Jealous,
it.
yeah.
They hate it. Has that been a challenge for you?
Girl, you just spoke my entire marriage. A lot of people want the essence of you, but they don't want you.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about it.
So when I roll up, I want to have the pretty girl on my arm.
Yes.
when I want to have someone who's going to would help me make money or, keep my money and all that. But when someone is like, dang, she's bringing all this, it kind of puts that light on you. And if you're insecure about yourself, if you know I really can't handle her, I'm way not qualified to handle her. It's like you spend all your money and you went and got a Bentley.
Oh,
Them first couple of months, you woo, it's good. But when that note comes,
oh my God.
ooh,
Yes.
$2,500.
Right.
It don't even look that good no more, right? When it's time to go, to the repair shop, you
Yep.
get that bill.
$4,000.
You like now it's a headache.
Yep.
Now the Bentley, you were dying for it.
Yes.
But the maintenance,
Yep.
the oil change, the gas, it's that starts to drain on you when you aren't ready for it.
Yes.
So a lot of times a man's going to do all this in the beginning and he's loving and this, and then you fall for him, but then he realizes, I really can't maintain her. She's too expensive.
Yeah.
Expensive, not just in money, just to maintain the education, the conversation. She wants loyalty. She wants integrity. She wants respect. She wants all of these things. I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah. But the craziest part is, and I agree with you so much. I know someone that once said, someone once told me, they said, I don't think I can live up to your expectations. And I said, what do you think my expectations are? And that person said, well, you want me to be closer to God. And he had said, what else did he say? Oh my gosh. I'm not going to say that one because that'll give it away. And I'm not going to say that either because that'll give it away. And oh yeah, okay. I can't even really say any of the things because it'll give away who this person was. But it's like, look, first of all, even like the God conversation was, and that was the team chirping in the back, giving me the answers because they know my real life. For those of you that are listening and like, why is she just switching? I can't say that's what just happened. But to say that the 4 things that you named, it wasn't that I was critical or disrespectful or loud or, I didn't have any couth or class. It was things that you had to fix about yourself. And to be honest, I never asked you to get closer to God. I was talking about my relationship with God. But the fact that you're close to me and the mirror of me is now too close to your face, and now you have to have accountability. Well, you're not prepared for this level of accountability because you didn't know. You're used to being able to just flash the money, the cars, and the things. You should stay right over there shallowly where that's all people want you for because that's what you lead with anyway. And allow me, because I always say, I am an ocean. You can dive into me. But if I dive into you, I will break my neck. It's not shallow enough. It's too shallow for me to be there. I enjoy the depths, right? And so there's nothing wrong with any person that's ever said that. But I actually feel like it is a red flag. And ladies, we have to do a much better job at listening to red flags. If a man ever tells you he can't live up to your expectations, baby, he can't.
He can't. He can't.
He can't. And it actually has nothing to do with you. It has to do with who he's being. He can't be that because it's not who he is.
Correct.
He's been faking it this whole time.
Correct. And if you stay, it's going to be nothing but heartache and misery.
Ooh, child, heartache and misery.
I'm coming out with a book that's talking about that. It's called Right Package at the Wrong Address. Ooh. Where I'm going over the 20 laws of having your comeback.
Yes.
And so a lot of times women find themselves in a relationship, and of course it ends in heartbreak and mess, and they keep thinking that something's wrong with them, but a lot of times you're just at the wrong place. You're the right package at the wrong place. So if he's saying you are too deep for me, you are too deep for him. Run.
A man will tell you.
Yes.
They tell you everything.
Yes.
But we're so delusional at times, and we want love so bad, and we want that marriage, and we want to have the ring, and we want to be out with our friends and be like, oh, girl, I'm a wife. We want that so bad that we lie to ourselves to a point where now we in something miserable. And I do that too. One of my girls told me, she said, do you just love being in love? And I said, I love, but more than love, I powerfully choose and I'll build love. I kind of think more like an arranged marriage. I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like I'm one of the women that, if I choose you, that's it. Like you're all I see. You're all I want.
Okay.
You're all I want to build with.
But you got to have chemistry with them, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. maybe not.
Okay.
I could build that.
You can build chemistry.
For sure.
Really?
Because this is the thing for me too. I'm such a sapiosexual that it's like your conversation is what gives me chemistry. So I can't have chemistry with anyone from the jump. Like I've been like, oh, that's an attractive person, but I've never been like, damn.
Okay.
Oh, if that man wanted it, I am his. I literally never had that experience. So I feel like that's what I mean when I say I can build chemistry,
Okay.
because as I get to know your mind, I'm like,
Gotcha.
oh, okay, you know. But at the same time, I still feel like I can build love. I can build connection. I can build all of those things, but I'm not gonna go anywhere. Does that make sense? And maybe that's not the best way to be. You know what I'm saying?
I think you gotta have a little. You gotta have a little. You gotta have a little.
A little of both?
A little. You gotta have a little twink. You have to have a little twinkle in your eye.
I think that happens in time for me.
In time. Okay.
I don't think I've ever twinkled from the jump.
Okay.
Like not in one relationship. I've only ever been in relationships. Like I'm never really single, to be honest.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm like,
No.
I choose you. And then I will start to create. This is so terrible. When I say it out loud, I'm like, damn, am I a killer in real life? Am I like, what is happening? Do I sound crazy?
No. You sound like a woman that has a plan.
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
So if you find him, then you're going to map out how your life is going to be.
No, I won't do all that.
Okay.
I just decide whether, like, so backstory. If I am found, because I also don't look. So if I get found by a man and he starts having conversations about marriage and future, I have very direct and real conversations. So as an example, I once had a man tell me he had kids before. Most men I've dated have had children because I date older men, like 45, 55 is like kind of like my area.
Okay.
And one of the men I dated told me he wanted to give me a baby. And I was like, oh, okay. He already has children. So when he had said that to me, I was like, oh, okay. And then later on, I'm thinking about all the things that he's saying. So then we have a conversation when we have like a check-in date, right? And I said, one of the things that you had said to me was that you want to give me a baby. And I said, well, do you want to just give me a baby, or are you also excited to be a father all over again from scratch? Because those are two very different things.
Correct.
So if I were in Delulu land where I start mapping out our future, I'm like, oh my God, this man's gonna give me a baby. He's gonna this. A man will tell you the truth, because I will not be a single mother that's married.
Correct. Ooh.
There are too many single moms that are married, and I don't want no parts of that.
You sure don't.
I would rather just not be a mom.
Correct.
I'm a fire auntie.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I'm the favorite. One of them. My sister's over there. She probably argue me down, but I'm definitely one of the favorites. And so that's what I mean. But if I choose you, I would rather choose not having children, because you don't want to start being a father from scratch, than being like, oh, well, I need to have kids. Because I also don't have attachment to anything. If that makes sense.
Yes, it makes sense.
I feel like do I sound like a crazy?
No.
I'm just learning it. The more I learn myself, the more I'm like, interesting. All right, Sarah, I see what you're doing here. And that's another thing too. Have you ever, do you feel like the man that's most persistent in your life, is that the man that you choose?
No.
How do you choose?
Well, now I choose, number one, Jesus.
Amen.
When he comes and sits right here and be like, girl, this is the one.
Period.
Then that's the one. But take things slow.
Okay. Ooh. So if a man starts talking about marriage in 6 weeks to you.
Girl, been there, done that.
Yeah?
And that's why I got a divorce. Nope.
Oh. So do you let go of that man if he talks about it, or do you say, I don't want to talk about it?
I'm running. If you're saying marriage in 6 months, I'm running.
In 6 months?
Marriage?
Like he wants to talk to you about marriage?
Like he wants to get married?
Yes.
No.
Like he's probably going to propose. So if he proposed to you in a year.
No.
Really?
No.
Truly? Why?
I just did this.
So
no.
You think it's a red flag?
I think you should go at least a whole year and get to know someone, see them in all the seasons, see him happy, see him sad, see him with some business struggles, see him without some money, see him with some, you need to take some time. All this running into, no. Because when that mask falls off, when the real person shows up, it's a sight to be seen.
Oh.
And now you got to fight with, am I going to look and really see what I'm seeing? Or am I going to lie to myself and it's not that bad? And no. And now you're stuck because you already got married.
Yeah.
Now you got these kids.
Yeah.
You finally have your life, but you realize this person ain't it. So you're in this struggle. So me personally, 6 months, no.
No. So 6
No.
weeks is out.
Oh, red flag. That is the love bomb. That is the person pretending.
Dang. My Tina knows my real life. They really they talking smack
Talking
now.
smack?
They talking smack. What's up, guys? Sarah Fontenot here. I just had to pause this episode really quick to let you know, if you have not yet, click the link below for our ebook, okay? How to become a more feminine woman. People ask me these things. These are actionable 10 quick steps, intro to femininity, with a video that goes over some things in even more detail. So that's for you. Make sure to click that link below and get your ebook on how to increase your femininity. 10 really simple steps. Love you guys. Now let's get back to it. Okay, so what if you meet a guy and the energy and chemistry just feels incredible in the first 6 months? And he's like, you know what? I think you're the woman I want to marry. What if you've seen him up, you've seen him down? What if you've taken real time to intentionally get to know him?
In 6 months?
In 6 months. You think it's possible?
I'm never going to say that nothing is possible.
Okay.
If you've seen if he's been up and down and all in 6 months.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a chance.
Me personally.
Yeah.
What are we rushing for? I just met you for 6 months. So you want to commit to me for the rest of your life. You want to split your money, your pension, your 401k 50-50 for the rest of your life off of 6 months?
Ooh.
Of just knowing me? No.
Dang.
No. That's nothing but game.
Oh, shit.
And now so now you all giddy? Okay. So does he want a wife or does he want to be a husband? That's two different things.
Break it down.
Does he want a wife? Does he want someone to come serve him and, be at his beck and call and do all the wifely things?
Yeah.
Or does he want to be a husband, provide, protect, sacrifice, give you his last, stay out them streets, protect you mentally, be faithful? Does he want to do all that in 6 months? Or I would ask him those things. So you saying you see me, so what you gonna give me in 6 months? So you saying I'm gonna be on all your bank accounts, for 6 months? I'm gonna have half all your property in 6 months? You a goddamn lie. That's what I would tell him. You a goddamn lie. Cause I've been on that roller coaster, baby. I've been there.
Yeah.
The biggest talkers, be in the Bahamas, date 2, all that. It's all fugazi, fugazis, all to get you. Cause any man of any substance that has something to lose, wants to see you for some time. Cause he has something to lose if he's all in. But if I'm looking to get from you, well, yeah, I want to get it now. So it's a difference. It's a difference.
That's good.
Sprint.
Run for the hills.
Run for the hills.
Run for the hills. It's crazy though. I feel like every man, and maybe I just attract a certain type of man. Almost every man I've ever dated, within the first 6 weeks, they talking wife. They're like, I want to get married. I want to marry you. I want this. I want that. But then I will say also, within a few months, I'm like, I don't think this is what I signed up for. Like, this is the you that I met and this person that I see.
Two different people.
Y'all two different people. And usually within the first 6 months, I figure that out. And then it's like, oh.
See, everyone's concept of marriage is different.
Yes.
Everyone's concept of love is different.
Very true.
So they may be saying, I can see us getting married, but what does that look like to them?
I ask that question too. I say, what does partnership in marriage look like to you? What does fatherhood look like to you? Are you going to, I do not expect my husband to be, soccer coach of the junior intermediate flag whatever. I don't expect any of that. However, I do expect you to be at all of the big things, the things that matter. And that's important to me. And if that's not something you can sign up for, don't choose me.
Right.
Because I know I will be upset if you're not at the big birthday party, if you're not at the championship, if you're not like, when you start, that for me, that's a part of marriage. That's a part of family. That's a part of core, creating those traditional things. Another thing I know inside of my family growing up for Christmas, one of the things we always did is the oldest boy living in the house makes homemade eggnog. We all drink the eggnog and we sing Christmas carols around the tree. And as we got older, we got to open one gift before Santa came, right? Those things are important for me. When I'm visiting my family and we have the kids with like Easter, right? We filling the eggs up to do the Easter egg hunt in the morning. Like there are certain things that are traditionally very important to me and run deep in like family code. And if that's not what my partner wants, don't choose me. Choose the woman that just wants to go to the Bahamas and get the Birkin bag.
Right.
And that's okay, because there's no right or wrong way
Correct.
to choose your partner.
Correct.
But I'm so clear on what makes my soul smile, that now it's so easy to walk away when it's not in alignment.
Correct.
It's so easy.
Correct.
And
Because
it's
it's not going to work.
Yeah. In the and the craziest part is, because I've been engaged twice, I could easily have been married already. Hell, I could be married right now. However, would I be happy? And I think there are too many married, miserable people.
Girl, get off my street.
I do. I think there are too many married, miserable people, but yet they still say, oh, I love my husband, I this, that, and the other. Girl, you hate that man. You hate him, you can't stand him. You talk about him one way in person, and then you go home, you sit on the opposite side of the couch, you sleep on the opposite side of the bed, you playing apps on your phone instead of giving that man attention. You don't even want him around. He makes you feel uneasy, you know? And until we start having those conversations about the real, because everybody's not meant to be married.
Correct.
Logistically, it's impossible.
Correct. But to add to that would be, sometimes a woman doesn't know how to leave.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Number one is going to be the family.
Okay.
I don't want to break my family unit.
Yeah.
So when you have a child, when you have a family, when you have the Easter celebration, you don't want it, because you're looking at it from, what is my child's life going to be like now? Now we're splitting the holidays. It's like, I don't want to break his life up. Right? Number one. Number two, financially, a woman may not be able to leave. Right? So that's why I have a community that teaches women how to start, structure, fund, market your business, how to go ahead and be able to make some rent. Because what if I can't leave? Where is she going to? Who's going to pay her bills? Especially if he's in control of all the finances. Number three, sometimes we feel like marriage is that final, like we have crossed the finish line. Like we finally got there. Now you want me to start all over again? Get out here in these streets. Again.
Girl.
All of that. So all of that may be like, well, you know what? I might as well just stay here. And they're going to just be existing until they get to that tired point, or until he does something that pushes them to then go make a move.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, it is.
It sounds terrible.
It is.
So we're going to connect the link in the bottom of this description. Okay. You got to check Joi out because you practice what you preach. And I love that you're so classy about it. I really do. And I have to ask you this question, because I feel like, as a very monetarily successful, as well as other successful ways, but monetarily speaking, would you date a man that makes less money than you?
Yes.
Would you date a man that makes less than 6 figures?
Less than 6 figures in this season?
No,
or
that's the career.
I feel like I'm on the hot spot. But I would say this. I don't see how we would relate. But if we can relate, then yes. And by relating, I mean, I work, like I travel, like there's a lot that comes with me. So I'm not the 9 to 5, then just dinner at 6. Like, so that's not me at all. So I don't know if a man like that would be able to understand my life.
What if he wanted to become a stay-at-home retired husband where he could travel with you? I'm sorry. He could travel with you.
Girl, I know you're not talking to me. Now, I said the man is masculine. Ain't no, baby, who's in at home? I know you playing with me today, Sarah. No, ma'am. No, ain't no retired, nothing. You a grown man. You need to be out there working, providing, building something. That's what a man does.
I
Go
agree.
build.
I agree with you.
No.
And I think that people like really start to, and this is the thing that I don't think that men understand about money. This is why I'm saying, when I powerfully choose, I powerfully choose. If you're down, I'm gonna help you get back up. Like, that's it. However, if you're down, there's a difference between potential in action and potential in theory.
Correct.
And if you are in action and it just hasn't happened yet, that's okay. You know what? Like, that's fine. That's all right. You're down on a season. That's okay. But money doesn't buy you happiness. It buys you options. And I think, do you think that a woman who is the breadwinner in the family can be in her feminine at home with her husband if he doesn't make a certain X amount of dollars?
Yes.
You do. So what if he makes less than $100,000 a year?
See, once again, I don't think it's the dollar amount.
What do you think it is?
It's the man.
Okay.
Because, let me give it to you like this. Let's just say there's a man, and he makes $85,000 a month. Okay, it's less than 100.
Yeah.
We have this 6-figure thing.
Yeah.
Okay, $85,000 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, $85,000 for the year. But he's a man's man. He's faithful. He's loyal. He has work ethic. He has his job, and he's also trying to start his business. He's a great father figure. He's opening doors. He's getting the gas in your car once a week. It's not the dollar amount. Because a man can be making 8 figures and giving you hell and high waters.
Also
It's not the dollar amount.
Yeah.
And so the question I would have is, are you as the man okay with me making more money? So we got to have, okay, so what bills are you knocking out? What am I knocking out? We got to get that conversation together. But are you as the man okay? And if you okay, then we can vibe.
So you would do a 50-50 household?
Girl, I didn't say 50-50. I said, what bills are you going to knock out?
Right.
So what are you covering, and then what am I covering?
Would you cover a mortgage and he pay the bills? Would you be open to that?
In this second season, depending on the man.
Yes.
Because if he couldn't afford, like if he can't afford to live where I want to live,
Right.
well, then what are we going to do?
Right.
So those are the conversations you have to get when there's an income disparity. But this is what I'm going to say, women, when it comes to income disparity. I think we are stuck on this 6-figure man. But depending on the amount of money, it's not odd for a woman to out-earn a man.
Also true.
Look at Cardi B and Offset.
Terrible.
Okay? She way out-earned him. He made 7 figures. You know what I'm saying? Like, she still out-earned him. Right? So it's like, just because you out-earn a man doesn't mean that he can't be masculine. Now, mind you, that was probably a horrible example because he is so, not because he's millionaire, because to me, he's a feminine man.
Super.
He's a feminine man. But
Honestly, I feel like most of these men that are dating like the hot female celebrities are feminine. And I feel like a lot of the women are masculine. I do feel that way.
There can only be one feminine and one masculine in a relationship.
I agree.
So if the man is in his feminine, the woman has to be in the masculine.
I agree.
But I see Cardi over here with this little NFL player.
She in her
Kiki
feminine,
and
baby.
She a whole nother Cardi B.
Yes, she is.
I see Tiana Taylor out here, baby, looking the bomb. She Kiki. There can only be one masculine and one feminine.
I agree.
And if the man is in that feminine,
Yep.
the woman has to be in the masculine.
And I agree with you. And I've been that. You know, there was a relationship that I had where I was like, I started off in my feminine, wanting, but this man didn't really have any leadership. And what's crazy is inside of that relationship, I became more masculine.
Correct.
And it's like, like, and that's the thing. A lot of these men say, you know, I'm an alpha, I'm a leader, I'm this, I'm that, but like, where are you going?
Right.
You don't make good choices.
Correct.
You know, and it's not every man, obviously, but I do feel like dating in 2025 is just different.
It's different.
It's a whole new
It's
beast.
different. I was in the airport, right? I was in the airport, and our plane got canceled for 8 hours.
Ooh.
So this guy's like, "Hey, you know, we're talking." He was not my type, but I'm gonna give my number.
Right.
Okay. So we're in this. I'm in Richmond, Virginia, small airport.
Yep.
There's no name brand restaurant in the airport.
Right.
Okay. So later on, I'm eating. I see him leaving from eating in the same restaurant. So I'm assuming, oh, he already paid this little bill because you got my number. So you're going to do something to make sure that I remember you. So when you call, I pick up your number,
Right.
and then when the waiter brought my little $10 check for my little tuna sandwich, I'm like, you didn't even pick up this little airport bill? I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. It's the thoughtfulness.
It's the small things.
It's
Correct.
so small. Like it's not even about the money.
It's the principle.
Yes, it's the principle. And you know what? I feel like when you are a woman of principle, it is way more challenging to find a man.
Yes.
And then on top of that, or to be found by a man. And then on top of that, you have to deal with how society weaponizes singleness. People will be like, what's wrong with her? She's single. No, what's wrong with y'all? Where are the good options at?
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
And there are a lot of really good men out here. Like, honestly, I'm having an amazing dating experience. I will not lie. I'm living my life like it's golden.
Come
as
on,
Jill Scott
golden.
said.
Hey,
You know?
hey.
However, I hear stories and I see things and I'm like, yo, these men, this is different.
It's very different.
I
It's
don't
different.
like
I'm going to say it's different.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think men lack leadership and are much more feminine?
I think the roles are just starting to reverse.
I agree.
Like
How do you fix it?
we need to I think as women like us, we need to be more vocal. Like ladies, put some clothes on.
Oh, I say that all the time.
Stop twerking.
I say that too.
Stop talking about all of this explicit behavior. It's like nowadays people walk out here naked and they say the nastiest things, and that is just the norm.
I agree.
And it's like, baby girl, like what do you
Where does this make sense at?
correct? So the man that's attracted to that, so if this is how all the women are now behaving and acting, then now the men are assimilating to that, and then now it's a hot mess.
Yes. Oh, it's so trifling. It's so I don't like it. I was having this conversation too, and I think that it goes back to us being single moms. You know, I think it goes back to women raising women in their sons and not teaching and raising men in their daughters. Because if we have to be the masculine role in the home, which is completely okay. I don't weaponize femininity or masculinity. It just is what it is. If you are the more nurturing, loving, caring, detail-oriented, seeking the need, that's the feminine energy, whether you are man or woman. If you are the more certain, decisive, grounded, rooted person in the household, you are the more masculine person in the household, right? And so if you are in your masculine as a woman because you have to be more certain, grounded, rooted, achievement-oriented in order to keep the lights on, right? If that's what you're doing and as a little boy or little girl, you're seeing that. Well, number one, I think it's creating resentment for the little boy because I feel like a lot of, especially our women of color, make their sons the men of the house. And I think that they make their daughters, you could do that all by yourself, be an independent woman. You don't need no man. And I think that a lot of our issues are stemming from that dynamic. So now you have black men out here saying, we hate black women. We don't want to date black women. Black women are too masculine. Is it that, or do you have a deeply rooted trauma to your mother?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And for women that are like, oh, you know, I could do bad all by myself. I could, is that really what you want? Or do you have a deeply rooted trauma to your mother?
I think it's probably a trauma because I know for my son, like I didn't want to be that single mom. So I'm like, okay, I'm mom. I'm not mom and dad.
Right.
Okay, I'm just
Period.
mom.
I hate when people say that.
So I'm not about to raise you as a man because I can't do that.
Right.
So I'm trying to teach my son how to be a man for a woman from a woman's
Yes.
perspective. We got to open the doors.
Yes.
You got to pay. You got to pay for her nails. You got to pull my chair out.
Yes.
So and then when he kind of gets a little mad or angry, I'm like, hold on. you're talking to a woman, so you can't raise your voice because women are princesses. So I think even though you are a single mom, you can still keep that feminine, masculine.
Absolutely.
But the child needs to see that.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying I think for us as women, it's necessary for us to be masculine in the world, right? And I think I'm feminine presenting, but I definitely have masculine energy at times. And inside of that, when I come home, I am like gooey, gushy little gummy bear, like love me, hug me, stage 4 clinger. Like it's actually kind of ridiculous, right? And so if I'm that person when I'm home, I love Cheyenne Bryant. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, she said, I'm an alpha submissive. In the world, I'm an alpha, but when I'm home, I am submissive. And I think it is important for our children, if you don't have that male person in your house, they still need to see that.
Correct.
So that a little black boy can see his mom and still subconsciously seek the woman that raised him.
Correct.
And little girls can say, "Oh, I can do bad about myself, but I don't have to."
Correct.
It's great to have a partner.
Correct.
It's great to be soft. It's great, and I think that's like a deeply rooted trauma that we have, especially people of color.
Correct.
Whew,
So
girl.
we got to work on something. I think we got to maybe, that's a good point. We got to teach, we got to kind of heal that group.
Yes.
Because I think sometimes men grow up thinking that the woman's supposed to carry the weight. Because he
Right.
saw his mom carry the weight.
Absolutely.
Versus when you grow up maybe in the suburbs, you're used to seeing like my mom staying at home. She's running around PTA and soccer. So then they think their wives do
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, and it's like, that's good. This, I got questions.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
raising a lot of masculine women and feminine men.
Correct.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What do you think your perfect date is?
My perfect date would just be a good vibe.
Oh, I'm so with you.
I am a vibe. Like, if I like you,
Yeah.
I just like you.
Yeah.
So I could care less where the date is.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
That's definitely me. Like, it doesn't matter what we do. We could talk about aliens sitting in the car eating ice cream.
I don't know about aliens, but yes, we can be sitting in the car.
I'm gonna
eating
talk about
yes.
aliens. Like, do you think reptilians, are those real? Do you think God would create that and we just don't know? Maybe we haven't discovered it yet. Do you believe in God? What's your God relationship like? Where do you think we actually go when we die? I love the most random,
Got you.
weird.
Conversation.
I'm really weird in real life. They know that. For those that watch this pod, they know. They be like, okay,
She crazy.
see, a little crazy, a little
crazy.
touched, a little bit. Okay, so this is a part of the show we got to do a little switcheroo.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna ask you questions from our givers.
Okay.
First question is, how does a man get you to trust his leadership?
By leading.
What does that look like?
By being proactive. He's just doing it. So dinner reservations are already made.
Yes.
The plans are already done.
Yes.
When I say I'm gonna do something, it's done. I don't have to second guess it. I don't gotta tell you 3-4 times. Leadership is he's checking on me. What are my goals? Am I doing what I'm saying I'm supposed to be doing? Or hey baby, you said you want to lose them 5 pounds, but I haven't seen you at the gym. Come on, let's go walk. Like, leading with love. Like, so he shows his leadership by leading.
Yeah. I think one of the easiest ways to break trust with a woman is to continuously break the promises you make to yourself.
Correct.
And if I don't trust you, I don't respect you.
Correct.
And if I don't respect you, I can't be with you.
Correct.
I can't do it. Okay. What do you think? Okay. Oh, what do you think about men that think they're always right?
That's the insecurity.
Is it? You think so?
Yes.
Tell me more.
A secure person can understand when I'm right, when I'm wrong. An insecure person is fighting for that, is fighting for confidence, fighting for acceptance, fighting for the way that someone views them. So if I can't ever be wrong, that's an insecurity.
I agree.
And I'm covering it, I'm gonna cover it up by acting like I'm right.
Yeah.
No, you're not
it's
right.
like, no, you're wrong.
So a really strong, secure person, like, you know what, my bad, I was wrong on that. But an insecure person, they can't look within. So
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't really know how to ask this question because it's kind of long. People are less attractive to something. Oh, this is a great question. Do women target less attractive and less successful men when they're ready to settle down?
Ooh,
Damn.
that's a good one. I would say they don't. I wouldn't say that they target them. I would say they maybe open up their. They will open up who they are accepting invitations from, because they realize those two qualities isn't all I need when I'm ready to have a strong foundation in a relationship. So I may give the guy that is maybe easy on the eye, and I may give him I'm gonna give him my number in this season because I know I can establish something for real with him. So I think they just open up who they will accept invitations from, because they know what they're leaning on isn't the core value of what they need to be leaning on.
So will they be happy?
You said, but looks and money are not everything.
I agree with you.
So if you find someone that you vibe with, that's your person, and he may just be easy on the eye. You said that you can grow to love someone, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So
I've only ever grown to love
You
people.
can grow to love someone.
Yeah.
And then when you realize that money isn't everything, because number one, you can make it and lose it. Number two, just because you have it doesn't mean they're spending it on you.
Facts. That is not on your bank account.
Okay. Number three, because they're making it doesn't mean that they're paying their bills on time. See, we have this misconception that money means all of these things, and it doesn't.
I agree with you. Women target less attractive, less successful men when they're ready to settle down. I do think that a lot of women settle because they're pressured by society. I think a lot of women get married because they feel like they're supposed to, and we're all sold the dream of we're supposed to be married and start a family, be married and start a family, be married and start a family. And so we're not mindful of happiness or joy or alignment.
Because wedding is the finish line.
Yes. Not realizing that that's the starting line. Like we haven't even scratched the surface.
Correct.
Yeah, I think we're all duped from our childhood. And I think that story needs a change.
I agree.
Yeah, because it's not until we
That's
change.
how I got married. Like, well, shoot, I done checked off I got my career, I got my money, I got this. Well, hey, it's time to get married.
Right.
Oh, you do? Come on, let's
Yes,
go.
literally. Yeah, yeah. And I've almost done that twice and a half times, So yeah. Okay, final question.
Okay.
Can you turn a hoe into a housewife?
I think you can.
Really?
Really.
Same state. You don't have to move.
Let me break it down.
Okay, come on, Joy.
The hoe into the housewife is different in the black community and the white community.
Definitely.
Okay? Because going to a PWI, a lot of Caucasian women are very promiscuous.
Yes.
But when it's time to get married, they could be a senator's wife. They could be a presidential's wife. It's like that stain doesn't stay on them what they did in their college and them fun days. They're able to take the whole cape off, put on the stay-at-home mom cape, be in all society, be at the country clubs, be at the yacht club, and we are all okay and no one is judging her. We come over here with us. Kiki and then was twerking back. And it's like that whole cape, it just stays on you.
Yeah.
For some reason in our community.
Yeah.
Now, the question will be the caliber of the woman. I do believe that some women can take the cape off, learn, and become something more. And then some women, it's just in them. So when you say hoe, I would say, do you mean she may have been like a little promiscuous back in the day and had to find herself? Or is it hoe like I'm just out here trying to get what I can get? I think there's like a hoe mentality. Like I'm just trying to get over.
What is a hoe mentality?
It's a hoe mentality is I'm just trying to get. So if I'm trying to get from you. So if I'm with you, I'm only with you in this season. The second that this isn't benefiting me, I'm on to the next. Because you can have a hoe mentality and not actually be a hoe. You're always looking for what's next. The second my man is down, baby, I'm gone. Where's the next one? I'm always got something lined up. Because I'm out here looking for security. I'm out here looking for money. I'm over here looking for a lifestyle that I don't have to maintain myself.
Okay, so how in the Black community can you turn a hoe into a housewife?
I said it's a little harder because sometimes that stain in the other community is not a stain. It's like they can just take the cape off.
But you know what it is? I think it's because, and maybe this is very bold to say, but our biggest mistake is over-sexualizing ourselves and putting it on camera or putting it on the internet. Whereas
I'm gonna have to disagree. Sarah,
okay,
'cause over here at Phi Beta Phi and because I went to a little white school with the little Greek parties, baby. They are turned over there.
But it's not on camera.
It's on camera also.
It is.
Okay, we want to talk about Kim Kardashian. She
mean-
is the prime example of turning a hoe into a housewife. She is not a
But
billion.
she ain't no housewife. What makes her a housewife? Don't know Maddie want her. They only want her temporarily. And I've heard she's really sweet and really kind and really amazing.
Sarah,
What?
if I go line up
Yes.
10 guys,
They all gonna smash. They ain't gonna marry.
okay, for the woman who's been married for 4 times,
Yes.
Kim Kardashian is very marriage material.
How?
Well, one, she's been married for 4 times. 4 men have married her.
Because of her name and what she's built and what comes with being able to say that this is Kim Kardashian.
I disagree.
No.
Her first husband, she was nobody. She was a video vixen.
Yes, true.
Okay. Her second husband was who? Chris Humphries?
The basketball player? Mm-hmm. They were married for like 2 months.
2 months.
Does that even count?
She broke up with him. She was just doing something. Number 3, Kanye was in love with Kim Kardashian.
Until he wasn't.
In love with Kim Kardashian.
Until he wasn't.
Kanye I just think he has.
Mental illness or something? That's what they say.
Everyone that he's with, he makes them into a Kim Kardashian. He's in love with Kim Kardashian.
I'm not saying I'm not until he wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think sometimes people are fixated on what they think a person is. And I think that Kim, probably similar to what some people have experienced, I think probably we have experienced a little bit, is when your name precedes you and your light precedes you and your favor precedes you, and then you wrap that up with a body and a face that is stunningly beautiful. They don't want you. They want what you could do for them. Kim has been married to opportunists. Who has come into Kim's life and made Kim's life better?
You don't think Kanye West made Kim?
No, I don't think Kanye West made her life better. I think Kanye West caused her drama and trauma.
Okay, I'm not saying he didn't do all that too.
I don't think, how?
He made her into a fashion icon.
No, he didn't. She's not a fashion icon right now. In order to be an icon, you still have to be that. You're not. She had a time of being a fashion icon when she was with Kanye West. And then a year later, she was no longer even looked at as a fashion icon. Now, she's a trendsetter, but she's always been that. Kanye didn't give that to her. She did that herself.
No, Sarah,
Okay, come on.
Hold on,
come
Sarah,
on.
hold on.
Let's talk about
hold
it.
Hold on.
Come on.
Okay. Kim Kardashian was just a girl with a sex tape with the selfies.
No, she wasn't. Kim Kardashian had Kris Jenner behind her.
She did.
Kim Kardashian had a freaking ninja of a person that had every relationship in the entire city, was connected with money, and could power play her children. Everything that they've built, they would not be without Kris Jenner. Because please believe there are a bunch of nobodies that were cleaning closets for celebrities. You know how many celebrities I've been around? Do you know where I could be in my life if I would have taken certain opportunities? If I had a Kris Jenner behind me? It's Kim is beautiful, yes. And she is a trendsetter, yes. And she, in her own right, has done a lot of things. I will never take that away from her. However, she's not a housewife. Who has married her? That has kept her. That is high value.
So being a housewife means that the man has to keep you. Because I believe Kim left the marriage. Kanye didn't leave the marriage.
Okay.
And when you say a hoe into a housewife, I think if you ask 10 guys, will you marry Kim Kardashian? I think 9.9 will say yes.
No, I think they'd smash, or they'd be like, she's a billionaire. Of course I would. But it wouldn't be because of Kim. No, 10 guys couldn't even answer that question from off the street because they don't know her. And that's the problem. The fact that 9 out of 10 people would say yes and they don't even know this woman, that's the problem.
Talking about, did her whole cape stay on her?
I don't even think she was a hoe. Well,
She had a whole sex tape.
but that was with her boyfriend. It just went out. That's not really like hoe. I mean, you did some things, that's okay. But most people, some of us got videos, okay? Let's talk about it. Like, let's just and I pray to God some videos never hit the internet. You know, if it ever does, my lives are over.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If the name wasn't Kim Kardashian, if the name was Kaisha,
Uh-huh.
could she have then
No.
come off of that stain of having a sex tape and walk into and have a Skims and have a...
Absolutely not. But
that's the whole cape I'm talking about.
No, the cape is Kris Jenner. Kim Kardashian has Kris Jenner. That's it. That's the most important, most crazy part of it. If Kim never had a Kris Jenner, Kim would never be Kim Kardashian. She is the deciding factor.
But Kim has had Kris Jenner since birth, correct?
That's what I'm saying.
And it took Kim a while until she got to where she was, and how she was able to plateau was the sex tape that was sold.
No. So if you go back and think about Kris Jenner, who is her mother, was married to the lawyer that had O.J. Simpson,
Kardashian.
right? Yes. So all of them, they were already in that whole entire environment.
Correct.
So if you're already in the environment of money and fame and whatever, she already had a little bit of clout. She was Paris Hilton's best friend. She had all of these different little, it was a literal like perfect storm for her to become who she's become, which is such an exception to the rule. She is not the normal. And
But you don't think any of that got a little more fire when she got with Kanye, and that Kanye was able to put her in different doors?
I think he did put her in different doors, and I also don't think it matters because Kim Kardashian could make millions of dollars for showing up at a bar mitzvah.
Okay.
If she would do that. You know, I personally, when people are like, well, what about Madonna? What about, you know, and maybe I should say a masculine man also. Because I don't feel like any masculine man would choose a Kim Kardashian.
Really?
Who has? Name one.
You're making your point, but I want to disagree, but you're making your point. I think Kim Kardashian would be a great counter. Why do you say no?
Say no, the what?
That a masculine man wouldn't.
Choose her?
Yes.
Because she's too outside. I don't think any true masculine man would choose a woman that's had a sex tape, even if they're a Kim Kardashian. For the most part, the majority of masculine men, because masculinity wants exclusivity. There's nothing exclusive when you've been busted spread wide open on the internet and millions of people have seen you. That's not exclusivity, right? And then on top of the whole masculinity thing, I think that masculinity also desires a woman that hasn't been had or isn't known by so many different people. Homegirl, you've had 4 marriages. There's nothing exclusive about that. It just says your picker might not be that good. 4 times you've been married and none of them have stuck. I have some questions. Now, that being said, does that make her a bad person? No. Does it make her unworthy of love? No. Does it mean that she's not the beautiful icon that she's created? No, it doesn't mean any of that. It just means as far as partnership goes, she might be really great at serial dating or serial marriage, but really terrible at the actual relationship part. That's what I think. Now, I don't know her, so I can't speak to what I know. I'm just in my own piece of without weaponizing. It's just, that's what I would observe. You've been married 4 times. None of it is stuck. You've never been with a masculine man that any of us know about. I cannot think of one. Anybody in this room, can y'all think of one masculine man Kim Kardashian has been with?
Love her.
I can't stand
Love
her.
her.
I'm not messing with you today.
Love her.
I ain't messing with you today.
Love her.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think you can turn a hoe into a housewife. I don't.
Okay.
Not for a masculine man.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I think a feminine man, sure, because she makes the rules.
Okay, so what if he doesn't know about her past?
So let's say if a masculine man,
Correct.
and she sleeps with other masculine men, he's gonna know.
Let me back
The
up. What are you
world's too
calling a
small.
hoe? You calling like a hoe, like a ho-ho?
Like a
she had-
promiscuous woman.
Okay.
Like it's giving Santa, you know? It's definitely giving Santa. I would say that is a promiscuous woman. Word gets around. Now, there are some women that professionally get passed around the super successful circuit. We know that too. And they're necessary. I ain't gonna name nobody. Look at my team. They are trifling today. My God. But there are a lot of women that get passed around in that way, and that's good for them if that's what they want to do.
Right.
But is a masculine, high-earning, high-value man going to choose them to wife them? No. But if you want the bags, the shoes, and the trips, baby, do you. That's my opinion.
Okay.
What you think?
I agree. Like if you're promiscuous, like if you're still promiscuous,
Yeah.
no. My definition of a hoe was like, maybe back in the college days, you was
Okay.
turned up and you kind of like, change your ways. But if you're just out here being passed around, then no.
Ain't no way. And college is tricky too, I feel like. Because also it's like, not that it's impossible, because I think I'm learning. This is what I've learned. I deeply value transparency, but from talking to men, and I wasn't, so I'm like, I probably shouldn't say this, but the truth is, I believe in like full transparency with my person, but I've never been a hoe a day in my life. I've really only had long relationships, right? And so it's like I kind of got saved by having relationships. And while I'm single, it's really easy for me to say no, because if I don't know you, I'm not going to sleep with you.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't know you, how do I have a conversation with you? If I don't have a conversation with you, how do I get turned on by you? If I don't get turned on by you, how am I going to sleep with you?
Right.
So there's just,
Right.
It doesn't work for me. So I say that to say that now I'm learning, if you were a hoe in college, you may not want to tell your man that. Now I'm like, I kind of understand why girls be lying. I kind of get it. Now I get it. But that before I was like, no, you should tell them everything. You had a train run on you, tell them the truth. You had a this, that, tell them the truth. And now I'm learning, you probably,
you may want to
you just might want to take that to the grave.
Keep that right here.
Right, they ain't no
Close your
video.
chest. Yeah,
Didn't happen. But luckily for me, I could still be honest. But I'm learning the judgmental bias that men have for women that are promiscuous, masculine men, not feminine, because masculine women make the rules for feminine men.
True. Because there can only be one masculine and one feminine in the dynamic.
And they make the decisions. That's what I think. Okay, so look, pause. I know you're enjoying this episode. I'll be super quick, okay? When you are on the go and you want to look cute, baby, we got merch now, okay? So if your hair is a little tussled, turned, the edge control ain't edge controlling, go ahead and get you a cute little It's Giving hat. Or if you're thirsty, feeling parched, and you want your drink to stay cold all day, there was nothing in this cup. But you know what? It will keep my beverages cold. So if this is for you guys, we got hoodies, we got all the things. Make sure to check out the store below and get what you love. Let me tell you, it is quality over here, baby. Let's get it. Back to the show. I loved having you on this show.
Thank you for having
We
me.
have to have a part 2.
Yes.
And I am just so grateful for your transparency around your situation. I am so grateful for your class and your etiquette in the way that you handle all of this situation, because let me tell you, I know a lot of women that drag people for so much less. And the fact that you are just such a class act and a beautiful woman inside and out while being successful and also very feminine is a superpower. Like, you really have a superpower, and I am inspired by you, and I'm so grateful that you came here today. Can you please let our people know how they can find you?
Yes, you can go to my Instagram. It's going to be Joi Hunt _ESQ, JOIHUNT _ESQ, or my website, seeyouatthebank.com.
I love it. And guys, I'm going to have all of that in the description below. Thank you again so much for just coming and sharing your heart. Like, I was taking nuggets when you said, in my mind, I'm like, we have 48,000 clips from this episode. Like, literally, we could clip every minute, because everything that you said was so real, so raw, so transparent, and I'm just grateful. And if you guys made it this far, please make sure to hit that button below, get subscribed, hit that little bell so you can get a notification with each new piece of content. And if no one has told you today, you are freaking phenomenal. Bomb.com, nothing can stop you but you got to do something about it. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.
Bye. You say bomb.com too?
Yeah.
I say bomb.com.
Girl,